Welcome back. I'm Sarah Hamilton. Here's a look at some of the top stories we're following. The Pentagon scales back its list of recognized religions, and a stabbing in Northern Ireland sparks fiery riots. Locally, a new store opens at Selshore Plaza, and details on an upcoming pet adoption event. Also ahead, the Needham Parks chairman, accused of stealing from a youth league, and the Quincy City Council looks to hire outside legal help. Welcome to Braintree Today. Tensions in the Middle East are escalating again as the United States and Iran have exchanged strikes for a second day. U.S. officials say American forces carried out targeted strikes on Iranian military sites, calling them self-defense operations. Iran responded with missile and drone attacks on U.S.-related targets across the region, including in Jordan and Bahrain. Officials say most of those attacks were intercepted, with no major casualties reported. Iran has called the latest strikes a violation of the ceasefire agreed to earlier this year. Despite the exchanges, both sides have stopped short of declaring a return to full-scale war. The situation remains fluid as diplomatic efforts continue. The Pentagon has updated how it tracks religious affiliations for U.S. military personnel. Officials say the number of recognized religions has been reduced from more than 200 to just 31. The change marks the first major update to the system in nearly a decade. Defense leaders say the move is intended to streamline how religious support is provided, making it easier for chaplains to serve most service members. The new list includes major faith groups such as Christian denominations, Islam, Judaism, Hinduism, and Buddhism. Officials say the previous system included many less common faith categories that were rarely used. The updated structure is part of a broader effort to improve how religious services are delivered across the military. Violence has erupted in Northern Ireland following a brutal stabbing attack. Police say a 30-year-old man identified as a Sudanese asylum seeker has been charged with attempted murder. Authorities say the attack left one person seriously injured. In the days that followed, protests fueled in part by anti-migrant sentiment escalated into riots in Belfast and other areas. Officials say homes were set on fire, a bus was torched, and police were attacked with rocks and other objects. More than 24 people were displaced, and at least a dozen officers were injured. Leaders are condemning the violence and urging calm as the investigation continues. Another major vehicle recall has been announced in the United States. Ford is recalling nearly 420,000 SUVs due to a potential seatbelt issue that could increase the risk of injury in a crash. The recall affects certain Ford Expedition and Lincoln Navigator models from 2018 through 2022. Officials say a problem with the seatbelt system could cause it to lock improperly, preventing it from functioning as intended. Ford says owners will be notified and repairs will be provided free of charge at authorized dealerships. Drivers are encouraged to check their vehicle identification number to see if they are included in the recall. If you think weddings are getting more expensive, you're right. A new study shows the cost of tying the knot continues to rise. The study from wedding website Zola finds the average cost of a wedding in 2026 is now around $36,000. The report says costs can vary based on location, guest count, and what couples prioritize. New York City ranks as the most expensive place to get married, with an average cost of nearly $100,000. Closer to home, Boston also made the list, with average wedding costs around $68,000. Experts say as costs continue to rise, many couples are looking for ways to cut back or get creative with their plans. Thanks for watching Braintree Today. We'll be right back with more after the break. Welcome back to Braintree Today. I'm Sarah Hamilton. Now we'll be getting into more stories. Braintree High School celebrated a major milestone this past weekend. The class of 2026 held their graduation ceremony last Saturday, June 6th at Alumni Stadium, with family and friends gathering to cheer on the graduating seniors. The ceremony marked the end of their high school journey and the beginning of what's next for the class. Here's a look at the ceremony.
Class of 2026, please rise. Move your tassel from right to left. This signifies that we have officially graduated from Braintree High School. We are! Now for a cap toss. 1, 2, yeah, just do it anyways. 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the graduates of the class of 2026. Please meet your graduates on the field and celebrate with them this significant accomplishment. Thank you, and God bless.
For those who missed it, you can watch the full graduation on BCAM TV's public and government channels, as well as online at bcam.tv and on YouTube. Timberland has officially opened a new store at South Shore Plaza in Braintree. The global brand debuted the location last week, offering footwear, apparel, and accessories for men, women, and children. The opening featured special activations, including a customization station with patches, laces, and laser engraving, along with appearances by the brand's oversized Big Boot. Timberland, known for its iconic yellow boot, was founded in 1973 and has since become a staple in both outdoor wear and street style. The new store marks the brand's first full specialty retail location in Massachusetts. A local pet adoption event is coming to Braintree. Quincy Animal Shelter and TLC Supply are hosting a pet adoption day on Saturday, June 13th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the TLC Supply showroom and superstore, located at 48 Arnold Street in Braintree. The event will feature adoptable dogs and cats looking for new homes. Staff will be on hand to help guide families through the adoption process. There will also be treats from Polka Dog and activities for attendees. Organizers say the event is a great opportunity for community members to meet their next pet and support a local shelter. South Shore Elder Services in Braintree is planning significantly more layoffs than originally expected. The home care provider now says it will cut 131 jobs, affecting most of its workforce. The cuts come as Old Colony Elder Services in Brockton prepares to take over many of its state-funded programs, including home care. The transition will impact clients in 11 South Shore communities and is expected to be complete by July 1st. Officials say South Shore Elder Services has faced ongoing financial struggles with losses over the past several years. Old Colony will now expand its services across the region as the transition moves forward. With tick season in full swing, health officials are warning of a rise in tick-borne illnesses. State data shows more than 130 emergency room visits related to ticks in April alone, along with multiple reported cases of Lyme disease. Experts say ticks are common in wooded and grassy areas and can carry a variety of diseases, depending on the species. Officials urge people to take precautions, including using insect repellent, wearing long clothing, and checking themselves and their pets after spending time outdoors. If a tick is found, health experts recommend removing it with tweezers as soon as possible. Officials say staying aware and taking preventative steps can help reduce the risk this season. Thank you for watching Braintree Today on BCAM TV. We'll be right back with more stories in the area, but first, here's a look at events happening this month at the Braintree Senior Center located at 71 Cleveland Ave in Braintree. The Braintree Senior Center has a full lineup of activities this June for residents age 60 and older. From weekly social programs to special events and presentations, there are plenty of opportunities to stay active and connected. The center also offers a variety of weekly activities. Fitness classes are available daily. On Mondays, residents can enjoy bocce at 10, the walking group at 10:30, men's coffee hour at 11, and pool players at noon. Tuesdays feature games day from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. On Wednesdays, Asian Outreach meets at 11, followed by GEMS exercise at 1 p.m. Thursdays include quilting at 11:30, pool lessons at 12:30, and knitting at 1 p.m. And on Fridays, pool players meet at noon and movies are shown at 1 p.m. Several special events are also scheduled throughout the month. Upcoming events include Cornhole League on June 6th and 13th, along with a wreath-making class and lunch program on June 10th. Residents can also attend a book club meeting and streaming class on June 12th, followed by the Just Lunch program on June 16th. On June 22nd, the center will host a Father's Day cookout and jewelry craft class. Later in the month, events include a photography group and volunteer recognition luncheon on June 25th, a spa day on June 26th, and an Alzheimer's support group on June 30th. For more information or to sign up, residents are encouraged to contact the Braintree Senior Center directly. The center is located at 71 Cleveland Avenue in Braintree and can be reached by phone at 781-848-1963. Welcome back to Braintree Today. Now let's get right into more stories. Karen Reed is back in the headlines following her acquittal in a high-profile murder case. Reed was found not guilty last year in the death of Boston police officer John O'Keefe. Now her legal team has filed a new lawsuit against the Canton Police Department and Massachusetts State Police. The suit claims the agencies failed to address alleged misconduct by investigators, including offensive and biased messages. 2 officers connected to the case have since left their positions, with one fired and another resigning amid internal investigations. State police have condemned the remarks, saying they do not represent the department. The case continues to draw attention as the lawsuit moves forward. The chairman of the Needham Parks and Recreation Commission has been arrested on federal charges. Prosecutors say 50-year-old Christopher Gerstle is facing multiple counts of wire fraud and tax violations. Authorities allege he stole more than $200,000 from a local Little League organization between 2019 and 2024. Investigators say he used his access to a payment system to transfer funds into his personal account, which were then used for personal expenses. Prosecutors also claim he failed to report the money on tax returns and did not file taxes for several years. Gerstle was arraigned in federal court in Boston last week and could face significant prison time if convicted. The local baseball and softball organization says he has not been involved since last year and is cooperating with authorities. The Quincy City Council is seeking funding to hire outside legal consultants for complex city matters. Councilors are asking Mayor Tom Koch for $35,000 to help review issues like the proposed $22.5 million purchase of the former Eastern Nazarene College. The request comes as some council members have raised concerns about having limited access to independent legal guidance. The proposal was introduced at the June 1st council meeting and referred to the Finance Committee by an 8-to-1 vote. If approved, individual councilors could use a portion of the funds, while a larger amount would be set aside for the council as a whole. The request could also factor into ongoing discussions surrounding the Eastern Nazarene College purchase, which faces a June 15th deadline. You may not be surprised by this next story. Massachusetts has some of the worst roads in the country. A new report using data from the U.S. Department of Transportation ranks the Commonwealth second worst in the nation for road conditions, trailing only Rhode Island. The study found that more than 13% of major roads across the country are in poor condition. Despite the ranking, officials say spending on road work has increased in recent years, with construction funding reaching about $150 billion annually. The states with some of the best road conditions include Kansas, Wyoming, and Indiana. Massachusetts lawmakers are moving forward with new legislation aimed at protecting personal data. More than 8 months after the Senate passed a data privacy bill, House leaders say they plan to take up their own version. The proposal would give consumers more control over their personal information, including the right to know how their data is being used and the ability to opt out of targeted advertising and data sales. The bill also includes stronger protections for sensitive information, such as health data, location data, and information about minors. Supporters say the measure strikes a balance between protecting privacy and allowing for innovation. The House is expected to take up the bill in the coming weeks. Thank you for tuning in to Braintree Today. We'll be right back with more in entertainment. The Massachusetts Breast Cancer Coalition is hosting its annual Against the Tide Swim, Run, and Walk fundraiser to support breast cancer prevention. The event brings together participants of all ages to raise awareness and funds through fitness and community participation. 2 in-person events are scheduled this summer. The first will take place Saturday, June 20th at Hopkinton State Park in Hopkinton. The second event will be held Saturday, June 27th at Nickerson State Park in Brewster on Cape Cod. Participants can also choose a virtual option anytime between June 20th and June 27th. Participants can take part in a variety of activities depending on their interests and ability level. Events include a USATF certified 5 and 10 kilometer runs, a 1-mile competitive swim, half-mile and 1-mile recreational swims, and a 3-mile fitness walk. Registration for the event is open now. For more information or to sign up, visit mbcc.org/againstthetide. Welcome back to Braintree Today. Now here are some new movies and shows that have been creating some social buzz. First, Scary Movie 6 follows Cindy, Brenda, Shorty, and Ray, who reunite 26 years after surviving the original massacres. When a new masked killer targets their families, the group is forced out of hiding. The film stars Anna Faris and Marlon Wayans. You can watch Scary Movie 6 now in theaters. Up next, Disclosure Day follows a Kansas City meteorologist and a whistleblower who must outrun a nefarious corporation to reveal that the government has hidden the reality of alien visitation for nearly 80 years. The film stars Emily Blunt and Josh O'Connor. You can watch Disclosure Day now in theaters. Finally, I Am Frankelda follows Francisca, a frustrated 19th century writer. When the creatures of her imagination come to life, she teams up with a ghostly prince to restore balance between the worlds of fiction and existence. The film stars Maria Mendoza as the voice of Francisca. You can watch I Am Frankelda now on Netflix. Thank you for watching Braintree Today on BCAM TV. Don't forget, you can watch us on Verizon in HD on channel 2128 and Comcast on channel 1073. I'm Sarah Hamilton, and we'll see you next time.